Hi. I suppose the first thing I have to do on this video, which by the way, the video is about counting everything and how we go about doing that with the nutritional values. But the first thing I need to do is apologize to my third grade teacher because I gave her so much trouble saying that I would never, ever, ever use the math they were trying to teach me. Well, guess what? I'm using the math that they were trying to teach me. So, first of all, let me grab, this is a package, and I use, one of the favorite things I love to eat is fish. And as you can see, right on there, that is the nutritional value, right? The nutritional label on the package. Every single package that you get of food or drink that's going to be consumed has nutritional value. So what I've done is I've made it simple by showing how this math works. Now, first thing you do on the nutritional label that we just saw is we got to figure out what the serving size is. So for the fish, the serving size is 112 grams. 112 grams of a fillet of fish for that particular item is going to equal calories 70. So we've got 70 calories. The fat grams is 1.5. Carbohydrates is 0. Protein is 14. And fiber is 0. So let's say in our example, and if a serving size, one serving size is 112 grams, let's say the fillet of fish that we happen to get and we're preparing is not exactly 112 grams. Let's say that our serving is going to be 168 grams. And you're like, my gosh, how in the world am I going to figure out what 168 grams is? Well, that's very easy to do. What we use is a food scale. And you can get them pretty much anywhere. I would prefer you get them on my site simply because it helps defray the cost of operating the web page and things like that. But, so for example, we got 168 grams of fish for our serving. A serving size is 112. So what do? We divide 112 over 168, and what that gives us, if you divide 112 into 168, you actually have 1.5. 1.5 is your multiplier that you use. So you're going to take, for every one of these items, you're going to multiply it by 1.5. So if your calories, you're going to take 1.5 times 70 for this particular serving, and for that, you've got so if you take 70 times 1.5, your calories are going to be 105. And then if you take the fat grams, a serving is 1.5, and you're going to multiply that by 1.5. Your answer for that is 2.25. Your carbs are 0, so you multiply them. 1.5 times 0 is 0. Your protein is 14 times 1.5 is 21. And then your fiber is 0. Now, since you're not going to just prepare this and just have the fish alone, you're going to want to add whatever you're eating to it. And that's one of the mistakes a lot of people make, is they're going to say, oh, I'm having fish. And so they'll take the carbs on that and they'll say, well, I'm going to throw in some vegetables, or I'm going to drink a soda with it, or all the things you have in the meal. You have to count everything. So let's do that. So for calories for this particular meal, or this serving, we have 105 calories for the fish. Your fat grams are 2.25. We're always going to round up. So 2.25 is going to be 2.3 for our counting. The carbs, 0. We've got 21 grams of protein. And for fiber, we have 0. So that's our first item that we're having for this meal. So we're going to erase this, take this down, and then we're going to go on to our next item. So one of the things that I like with the fish is I like to have mixed vegetables. Now I know for a fact that if I do 320 grams of my mixed vegetables, I get 100 calories for that. So I've got 100 calories there, 0 fat in the vegetables. The carbohydrates is 20. My protein is 4. And my fiber is 4. Now, when it comes to the mixed vegetables, the good thing is that I get them in a bag, and I literally can weigh out 320 grams. And I can cut it down to the smallest morsel to get exactly 320. So my multiplier is 1. I'm going to add that to my list here. So I'm adding 100 calories there. Fat is 0. 20 on the carbs. 4 and 4. All right. Moving right along. What's our next item? One of the things that I like that doesn't necessarily get into the mixed vegetable category is I love mushrooms. I put mushrooms in that fish when I bake it, and oh, it's great. So, 84 grams of mushrooms is considered 1 serving, right? Okay, so let's say I put it in the dish. Prior to doing that, I say, oh, I want just this much of the mushrooms, and it ends up being not 84 grams, but it's 110 grams. So that means I got to divide 84 into 110. Oops, not my multiplier. I divide 84 . I actually have 110 grams of mushrooms. 1 serving is 84. So if I divide 84 into 110, I come up with 1.3. So that's my multiplier. Calories for 84 grams is 20. So 20 calories of that, 0 fat. Carbohydrates is 3. Protein is 1. I'm sorry. Protein is 3. And fiber is 1. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to take 1.3 times 20. And that's giving me 26. So 26 calories. 0 fat. 3 times 1.3 is 3.9. 3.9 for the protein, and the fiber is 1.3. And I'm going to add those numbers. So you can see this is now, for me, a complete meal. Because I drink a lot of water, so my drink or my beverage is going to be water. So I've got 0 fat there. 3.9. Oops, 3.9. And 1.3. All right. So you can see how this works out on how to figure your serving size and how to log for the entire meal. So now we're going to come up with the total number for the meals. So let's do our little math here. 105 plus 100 plus 26 is 131 calories. I'm sorry, 231. So for my lunch, and it's a beautiful fish dinner, I've got 231 calories. My fat, as you can see, 2.3 and 00. So the fat for the meal is 2.3. My carbs for this meal is 20 plus 3.9 is 23. Oops, I'm a little dyslexic here. So my carbs are 23.9. My protein, 21 plus 4 plus 3.9, is going to be 28.9. So protein, 28.9. And then for the fiber, I've got 5.3. So those are my numbers for this entire meal. Now, let's say that you're preparing a casserole, and these were the calories for all the casserole, and this entire casserole was going to feed 4 people, or 4 servings. So now you just take the 231 and divide that by 4. The 2.3 and divide that by 4. So that way, when people say, well, gee, I'm going over to somebody's house for dinner, or I'm preparing something, a cake, spaghetti, whatever it is, that you're preparing for a large amount or several servings. You just add all the ingredients, all these numbers, and then divide it by the number of servings. And that's going to give you your numbers, because you have to count everything. Count everything. So hopefully this is helpful for you. If you don't want to do the math, you think, oh my God, that is way too complicated. Well, the good news is, on my store, I've got it all on a calculator. All you need is Microsoft Excel, and most everybody has that loaded on their computer. But I've already got it figured out where literally all you do is you punch in the numbers for what's on the nutrition package, and then you weigh out your food. And you literally fill in the blanks, and it will give you your final numbers. And it'll tally it up and everything for you. So if you don't want to do the math manually, which you're more than welcome to do, and if you follow these directions, that tells you how to do it and how to do it correctly. If you don't want to do that, go ahead and download the calculator onto the system, or join the members page, and it'll have a worksheet there available for you. Thanks very much, and hope to see less of you.